from Winchester, Wisconsin. It's the Stitch Brothers.
With no brothers. Again.
You guys are getting used to that, of course, but they will be up. Jake has a customer. Luke has a customer, so
They'll be up.
they'll be up. Yeah.
I thought I would just come in and say hi because I missed you all and have not been around for a little while.
I know. I love it when you're on with me.
I know.
Yeah.
I like hanging out with our two. Barb and I were just planning about our quilt class. So if you want to know a little bit more about it, we're not. I don't think we can sign up quite yet. Right?
No.
If you are interested, what's the date? October.
Say, I'll pause for just a minute. Your audio is really.
Our audio. 1 minute.
Okay.
Audio. We got some new toys.
We got new toys.
Yeah. And we're just trying to.
And I'm not mic'd up, so I'm like, hello.
Yeah.
What camera are we looking at?
That one. Oh, okay. All right.
I like my new shirt.
Because this one's for
My first time wearing it.
Yeah.
Every shop owner should have a shirt.
Oh yeah, really? No. Yeah. My husband has decided to call my car the Annex
Oh.
because I put all my.
You just keep carrying.
I just keep carrying stuff. Yeah.
Well, I had a good Mother's Day. I had my little Peanut. I took a little nap with him. Got all my baby snuggles in.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
The day was kind of windy. I think Luke was disappointed that he couldn't fish.
Yeah. It was windy. There's choppy water. Not good. Yeah. Oh, it was.
Yeah, it's super windy. Like when it's windy in town, it's like twice as windy out on the lake. Yeah. I always say, can you just turn the fan off now?
Yeah, please turn it down.
I took a bike ride in that. Was it Saturday or Sunday? I don't remember which day. They were both windy days, and boy, by mile number 8, I was like, wow.
I only rode 6 miles last night.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think I would have made the full 10 that I was trying for, but with that wind.
So here's the deal. They can hear Barb perfectly.
it's me.
You're echoey and they can't hear you at all. Lisa's
Okay.
problem.
All right.
You gotta get your own mic then.
All right.
Just pick one up. Pick one up. Turn it on. You know the drill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just was coming in to say hello. I thought I didn't have to be mic'd up.
But we want people to hear you.
It's okay. Giving people a chance to hop on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Show us some comments too if you got a chance.
Yeah.
I need a drink. You got your Bernina Barb cup?
Of course. I've got my Bernina badge on. I've
nice.
got it. Did you turn it on?
Yeah. Oh, it's an E. Does that mean
That's a 3.
oh, 3?
Looking for you.
Hopefully I didn't just shut it off.
There should be a green button.
Yeah.
Green light.
Green light.
Good.
All right.
Okay. Are we on?
All right.
Can I hear it now again?
Is that better? We don't want you all like wanting to turn us off. So
Yeah.
Is it good? Good. Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right. Should we start over?
Yeah.
Should we start over? Hi.
Hi. We're the Stitch Brothers.
With no brothers today. No, they're coming.
They're coming.
All right. So say what you just repeat. Let's like we're starting over.
Okay. We have a guest this morning, and we wanted to talk a little bit about the upcoming Quilt class because we've been having some inquiries, and we aren't quite set to send out, the official notice.
Yeah. But in the next week or so, it's coming out.
Yeah.
Right. And in the dates, just tentatively, if you can make these dates, that will help you.
October 7th through the 11th. We hope to have 2 classes.
Yeah. 2-day,
Monday,
2-day class.
Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Right.
So that's what we're hoping for. We will get more details.
With a prerequisite that you have to take a class from our little fitting session
Yes.
with Barb on that. And I think if we have anybody that's coming in from out of town, if by then, if you do a couple of them, we can kind of take they can send their measurements in and we can decide which one they are. Right. And we can always do some fine tuning during the class.
Right.
Okay.
Right. But we want to make sure that you go home with what you want, which is something that fits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're going to even take mine in again. I think it's going to be easy. We just have to take that little
Yeah,
side seam in
yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. So guess what? I get to get out of here because one of the Stitch brothers have shown up. All right. So have a good time. I miss you guys. I will see you Thursday for a bed turning again. So. Oh yeah, comment sold today at 1 o'clock too. I will be on. Jess is not here; she is sick, so I knew I'd get my chance to fill in for her one time because she's always filling in for me. So we'll see you at 1 o'clock here for comment sold. All right.
Okay.
Oh, you got that one?
All right.
I think I got everything.
Thank you.
Am I wired
Are you
up?
are you live?
Do I sound good?
You always sound good. Yeah. Okay.
Good?
So-
All
all right. We can start talking.
Did you talk about your thread already?
No.
All right,
I
go
did
ahead
not.
and do your thing.
Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about thread this morning because I was at the gathering yesterday with my Bernina group, and there were some people who had some questions about thread. So I thought I'd just do a quick thread update and let you see some of the things that I have and use. And we have thread prizes today. So we're going to talk a little bit about those threads to start with. So I have Isacord. Isacord is what we use for embroidery, basically. You can use it for other purposes.
What?
Our technicians are making us laugh. This is not
They
fair.
want to hear me talk so you can test the volume. Is that what you're saying?
New equipment is always fun. You know, it's like when you get a new computer, it's like, what's this button for? All right, so we have embroidery thread. This is normally a polyester or a rayon. It's usually 40 weight. They like you to use a number 90 needle with most of that. So that's embroidery thread for the most part. I have some invisible. We use this a lot in quilting our quilts down the long arm. This is
I don't use that.
YLI. We use Aurifil. The YLI is in the retail area.
That's probably better for the machines side, the domestic
For the
machine side.
yeah, for domestic machines. I had a lady call this morning about having trouble with invisible thread on her 475. And I said, you might want to get
Yes.
one of these. All right, where do we have some? Da-da-da.
Very useful.
Yeah. Okay.
Why is that, Barb?
Well, because unlike other threads, this invisible stuff has a pretty long memory. And what it does is it coils. And in order to use it expediently, some of those coils have to be gone before it gets into the machine.
Yeah,
And
otherwise it'll
that's-
wrap around all the guides.
Yeah, it just
different
gets to
things,
be a
yep.
mess. And then you can't sew because it's caught somewhere. So I always use this invisible thread with the cone stand. All right, that is usually 40 weight, correct? Yours is 40 weight?
The invisible,
Aurifil?
it's much thinner than that.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't think there even is a weight. There's
Okay.
some sort of diameter. I mean, it's very
Yeah,
thin.
yeah. Yours is very thin.
Yeah, it's very thin.
Yeah,
So I don't know
Yeah.
anything about the YLI that you
Yeah.
found there.
I don't
But
either.
Aurifil
really, but
Clear and Aurifil Smoke is what I use on the long arms. And I saw a comment there that the invisible is hard to use on the long arm. And I think it depends on what long arm you have. If you have the Bernina, you have the domestic needle. And it's
Right.
actually easier. And then, yeah, so the best that I use is that Aurifil Clear and the Aurifil Smoke. We carry it, we order it ours from Moda, but honestly, as much as I hate to say it, it's available on Amazon for so cheap, it's hard for me to even stock it because the price is like $2 more than our cost, even going through an actual
wow.
wholesaler. So
Wow.
it's just
Yeah.
really cheap. So if you want it, the Aurifil Clear and Aurifil, yeah. So if you have the Bernina long arm, you should have no problem. I mean, the quilt in the background. Oh, no, actually not that
No,
one.
that
I'll
one.
show you one where we use the invisible thread coming up. We have a lot of really
we
beautiful,
have a lot of quilts today.
a lot of beautiful quilts, but I have no issue using the invisible thread. As a matter of fact, I
Yeah.
use it like over 50% of the time. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I think needle makes a difference too.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, because a lot of people think it's thin. It needs a 75 needle, and no, not
I
really.
use the Jeans 90.
Yeah.
The Jeans 90 is kind of what we use primarily, especially with the wool applique quilts.
Mhm.
Yeah, yep, the Jeans 90 Pro, and then all the Pro. So if you buy the Bernina needles, they have the Pro designation. So if you ever see that when you're looking at the packs, the PROs, the Pros, are what you want when you can get them. You can use the regular ones,
Mhm.
but the Pros, from my understanding, how it was explained to me, is there's an additional groove on the needle that actually allows that thread to kind of
lay in there and
Yeah,
come down into
yeah.
your needle and out more
Yeah,
smoothly.
more
Yeah.
streamlined, so it can kind of go through.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's always good to have the right needle with your threads. I brought a
Karen, what are you using? I see you're commenting quite a bit. What are you using in your bobbin? So you're saying that you're having trouble. It looks like you're using all the right stuff.
Yeah.
I use the 50 weight Aurifil.
In the bobbin.
The first time I ever tried, I tried to use the invisible in the bobbin, and don't do that. I would not recommend doing that.
It does make it like exponentially more difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. So will the invisible thread eventually damage the fiber of the quilt over time?
We get this question all the time.
Yeah.
And the newer, like the Aurifil that we use, is so fine that no, it's not going to tear your fabrics apart after time.
So, I mean, I've not run like 100-year experiment on it, but I do know that Aurifil is a company that's been making threads for a really long time. And I know that they would come out with, quality thread that, because the other thing people are worried about is it like melting or discoloring and breaking. And I tried to melt it with an iron. There's a video out there somewhere. There's a video out there somewhere of us running an experiment where we actually burned the cotton fabric and we still didn't melt that thread. So
so you can put it in the dryer. You know, it's not gonna damage anything.
And hey, if the clear is not your gig, then that's okay.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of other threads to show you.
The one in the background we did for one of our really great customers here, Terry. We'll talk about this. We use cotton, and some people, they just like the feel of cotton.
Yeah,
they like cotton, and that's no issue. The clear really helps us accomplish a lot when you have like high contrast colors, like a red and white quilt, something like that. It really is nice.
Yes. Yeah. So a little bit about invisible threads. I see a lot of comments. So
so it's saying, Norma says that the invisible thread tearing fabric over time, let's see here, overtime statement comes from Harriet Hargrove, which is what she used to say before the newer.
Yes. And I took classes with Harriet, and her daughter actually did her master's papers on threads, and kind of did a little myth busting at that point. And that was several years ago that they were at our guild together. So it is kind of a myth.
Yeah, I saw a comment too that said the clear melts. I did my best to melt it. I didn't melt it. And I used a seam ripper, and I could tell that it definitely was heated and was more pliable.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know what you're doing to melt that.
Yeah.
So I don't know I guess I wouldn't throw it in like go to the laundromat with the giant thing, maybe. But even so, I took the Rowenda. Do you remember that? Were you there for that? We took the Rowenda and just literally laid it on there
and pressed.
And so
So all right.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Well. Yeah. I was really shocked when I started working here, because I thought, invisible thread. But especially on those wool quilts, it just makes sense. It looks beautiful. It brings out the applique. It doesn't detract. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, and it took me a while to figure out how to use it. And once I figured out how to use it, I just had this thought that a lot of the people that have bad things to say about invisible thread were just frustrated because their machine or they couldn't figure out how to
Yeah.
run it. So,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, it works great. It stitches great. The tension is great. And I've had to rip things out that I messed up on, and it's not easy to do.
No.
So,
because it's invisible. It's invisible.
no, but I mean, the tension is
Yeah,
really good.
it's
I mean,
good,
it
yeah,
really stitches.
yeah.
If you get it dialed in, I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard
Yeah.
to pick out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay. Let's move on to a couple other threads that I brought today. Last month was Serger month, and I have here a cone of Maxi Lock. It's a pretty pink. This is a lot of threads come with what's called a tex number rather than a weight. And this has a tex number of 27, which is kind of equivalent to the 50 weight. All right, it's a different kind of technical term, but this is made especially for a serger. It's I've used it to quilt with, I've used it to piece with, but it's really not meant for that. And my serger technician has told me over and over that you have to have quality thread in your equipment, or you're going to end up with a lot of lint in your machine. It doesn't stitch as well. So name brand threads are always your best bet, even though you think it's expensive. In the long run, it's not.
Don't be cheap.
Yeah, don't be cheap. All right. I have here some threads that I've used for quilting. Let's see if we can you get those? All right, we have a lot of variegated threads that are available to us. There's a Superior thread, a King Tut, a Sulky. So these are just some of the brand names that you can see in your local quilt shop where they have a lot of quilting threads. These all usually take a 90-14 needle. They like the bigger needle. They're 40 weight. There's cotton. The one Superior thread is a polyester. So there's a variety of types, materials. Sulky does a lot of rayon threads. Those sometimes, because it's a natural thread, sometimes those will fade over time. Like cotton thread can fade over time. But the polyester is not going to fade. It's oil product, polyester. So it's going to stay just like it is for thousands of years. All right. We have the Aurifil cotton, regular Aurifil cotton. This is great for piecing. It's a 50 weight. You can use an 80-12 or a 90-14. It depends on how thick your fabric is, how much thickness you're going through, what your needle size should be. You can even go down to 75 if you want to.
That's what I use in my bobbin.
Yeah.
That's what I use in my bobbin just about 100% of the time.
Yeah, the Aurifil 50 weight.
Yep.
Works great.
It creates some lint. It's kind of
yeah.
But I mean, if you make sure that you clean your machine regularly,
Yeah.
the look of it is just, I think, fantastic, especially with our fabric lines.
Yeah.
It just seems to look really, really nice.
Lays in there
and
well.
The best color ever. Oh, I should have did my taupe. I should have talked about my thread. Little mini class. So taupe, the number's 2370 is the most versatile color. That's close. I don't think that's it.
It's not it.
No, I know my 2370 when I see it. So if you are a fan of the old school primitive gathering sort of, before there was whites in any of the fabric lines, right? Those sort of, deep sort of saturated colors. Sometimes in the bobbin, let's say you have a darker red or a blue, you can find a really nice matching color like this navy that would look okay. But for whatever reason, that sort of, I don't know, it's like a paper bag.
Yeah.
2370, it just warms everything up and it
Mhm.
looks so great. And sometimes I prefer to use that thread when, if I just held up the cone, you'd be like, well, why wouldn't you pick that navy? And for whatever reason, it just stitches so nice.
Yeah.
It looks so great on the back. And we can set something up where I can talk about that. It's something that when you
Mhm.
come and you train with us on the long arm, I give a little mini class on thread selection, because thread selection can be like half your battle when you talk about tension.
Mhm.
If you have
Yeah.
everything perfect, you can get away with a lot. But if you make some tactical decisions, you can make your life a lot easier.
Yeah.
And if you make some bad tactical decisions, you better make sure that everything is perfect, right?
Yeah,
So
you're gonna need
things like
wine.
the clear thread and things like that sort of taupe color or a good gray
Yeah.
is just your best friend. And I kind of liken it to, I have one color, the taupe, that goes with sort of the warmer.
Mhm.
And then if you look at, like, if you were buying like light bulbs from Lowe's or Home Depot, you got the cool light and the warm light.
Yeah.
If it's a warm light quilt, you use the taupe. And
Yeah.
if it's the cool light, you can get away with the gray.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to have like a million different colors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's just something that,
And
maybe we can talk about that more
yeah,
someday.
yeah. When we travel, and everybody, we're a mobile society now. Everybody goes places, does things, and if you can pack light, it's better. So if you have 3 spools of thread instead of 30,
Yeah.
it works out a whole lot easier.
I mean, if you're like if you're buying a long arm for me, a lot of people are like, well, I want to do this in a business. What should my opening thread order be? And,
Yeah.
people are kind of excited to find out that you don't have to order $2,000 worth of Orifil thread, because it's expensive.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's a few colors you need, and
Yeah.
then you can add to your collection if there's something
Yeah.
specific you need.
Yep.
But a good gray, a good cream,
Mhm.
that taupe color. And then, of course, it's good to have a navy and a red and, a green, things like that.
Yeah,
but you can really get
yeah.
away with quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's surprising how good gray looks on all of
almost
a lot of
everything.
colors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's interesting. I did use, this is 12 weight, and I have some here that's from Sulky that's 12 weight. And what I did with that is I put it in my serger, and I did a little bit of stitching on wool. And this is, Kaylee, come in here. This one, that one. Okay. This is called a flat lock seam. And it is done on the serger. The seam is totally enclosed, but you can open it up. And this is done with the 12 weight. And it's like,
I thought that would be really great for like camp blankets.
yeah. So we're making a big block camp blanket, but this thing is not going to come apart. I'll tell you that much. It's not going to come. This will rot first. So, all right, we got thread. That's just some of the stuff I wanted to talk about this morning. We got a lot of quilts to show.
So last week we didn't get a chance to show off quilts, and we have some really great stuff. And actually, is that yes?
It's
Are you
Jake.
What are you doing? Okay. Okay. All right.
You got to skip out for a minute?
Give me 1 second.
Okay. All right.
Under high demand here. So everybody stay tuned. I'll be back in 2 seconds, and we're going to show off some of the coolest quilts that we've had come through in a while. So stay tuned here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he has abandoned me for a couple of minutes. We have, I think, 5 quilts to show today. And the one in back of us, I'm going to talk about a little bit right now. It belongs to Terry Schloss, who is a good customer of ours. It is, Tennessee Hummingbird? Is that what it is? It's hand English paper pieced. It's gorgeous. We did Baptist fan on it in the white cotton thread. So it's just fabulous. I am so envious. She put it all together. I've done a lot of paper piecing, but I don't have big projects like this to show off. I just like doing the English paper piecing part.
A question in there. It says, speaking of last week on the topic of big books, why don't they do a big book on embroidery?
Oh, they do have a big book on embroidery. Yes, indeedy they do. And I'm sure there's one or two of those downstairs. I have one personally. So yes, there is a
Do you know what it's called?
big book of embroidery.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty simple. Yeah, so hope that helps somebody out. Did you have another question out there?
No, not necessarily, but if you want to start showing some of the stuff, I can help you hold it up.
I think I'll wait for the boys to come back.
Okay. Did you answer why you should use polyester thread versus cotton?
Oh, polyester
It
thread.
says for machine embroidery. So I don't know.
Okay, in machine embroidery, polyester or cotton. Polyester. And you can use cotton. It's not, there's nothing wrong with it. You won't get the same effect. You won't get the same fill. That's the issue when you have embroidery that you want to be filled completely. They want you to have a 40 weight, and cotton's usually 50 weight. So you can use it, but you won't get the design to fill as well. And if you're using it for just like single thread sort of designs, it won't show up as well. So that's why you would use a polyester or rayon for your embroidery versus cotton.
If someone wants more information on the big book and they'd like to talk to you specifically about it, when is a good time to contact you?
Okay, you can talk to any of us about the big book. So I am here usually Tuesdays and Thursdays. My gentleman friends, the Stitch Brothers, are here every day, and they too can tell you lots about those big books. They're really cool, really fun to have. I have a bunch of them. I couldn't find my Serger one. I got to look for it.
We've been selling a bunch of them. All right, crisis averted. We're back.
All right.
Are we ready for this?
Oh,
Or are you going to keep?
one more thing. I think if you have watched the blog, you saw that we had
That's right.
a really cool little.
Right in the main room.
All right, this is a nice little. Oh, you guys moving on me? God. Okay.
All right.
Heidi put out a blog about this, so if you're a blogger, you can see it on the blog. We used the L890 Serger, and we did a really pretty rolled hem on this and turned it into a scarf. This used to be a piece of lingerie. It was a slip, and once Tyler dyed it, it got kind of funky in texture. So I said, give it to me. I'll make something out of it. So we have a scarf.
Whose is that?
Tyler dyed it.
Where did he get that from?
I have no idea.
So you have a pair of used lingerie?
It's a slip.
Oh, okay. Wrapped around your neck. All right. We really love thrifting here.
It's been washed.
I actually
Dear Lord.
I
No.
went down to a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Like not too long ago, and the younger generation. I'm starting to feel older. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting at this place down
Imagine
there
what I feel like.
by the college by the college campus.
Yeah.
And let's just say that thrifting is like that's the huge thing. I mean, and
Yes.
people are really they're thrifting things I don't think should be thrifted, but that's just my opinion. But
Okay.
yeah, so let's talk about before Jake comes up here. We have a couple of exciting things here. But we got to show off some amazing quilts. Like this last week, we were able to do some really great things. And when you do as many quilts as we do, I mean, everybody's stuff is amazing, but sometimes you get a little numb to the stuff because
Yeah.
you see so much. But we got
Right.
some stuff that is really incredible, and I think you guys are going to love to see it. I have 3. Let's talk about Terry's quilt first.
I did.
You already talked about
I
it?
talked about this one. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Barb is stealing our thunder. So let's
Yeah.
go and let's talk about Barb's. And this lady, we did a nebula quilt for, and it turned out amazing. We did a double batting, but she sent us this, and this I thought just turned out amazing. And we're gonna have to help Jake carry this
Yeah,
up
because
here.
it's
So,
huge.
and again, this is a more modern, and this thing is huge. So we did a wool batting, and if we can get the lighting right, Kaylee, to kind of show off this, it's called Modern Arcs. And here, let's tilt it so we can see it. There we go. Can we see that fan? Yeah, there it is. Absolutely beautiful. And this is that invisible thread here, Jake. Let's carry it up a little bit so you can see. So you can see it's kind of this
Rainbow.
Yeah, what would you call that, Barb?
It gets more dense as it comes down.
It's like an ombre
Yeah,
thing or
yes,
sort of deal.
Yep.
But yeah, if you can get those fans in there, Kaylee, we'll try to hold it still. Really pretty. Something new, a design we haven't done before. She wanted to potentially do double batting on this, but I thought that with the wool, it was giving us the sort of the texture we were looking for. So we didn't have to do that. So we saved her a little bit of money here, not having to do 2 battings, 2 king size battings, because this is a huge quilt. But yeah, this thing is really neat. Here, let's see if we can hold it up even more. There we go. So you get an idea of it. Yeah, this thing is huge. So this one took a little bit of time to get done because of the size and the density of the quilting, but that turned out amazing. Now, the last one I want to talk about is really, really cool, and this is a first. So we did let's see. So this was for Lori, and she brought this in, and I immediately wanted to throw it on the frame. So we did, because this one is just so cool. So this is a denim quilt, and this thing weighs about 1,000 pounds. So here, I'm going to need 2 hands here. But okay, the top, Jake, is right here. So this is a sort of a memory quilt. Gentleman had passed away, and they took all of his jeans. And if you can get the texture, this is just incredible. This gentleman had passed away, and they decided, similar to like a t-shirt quilt, they decided to make a quilt out of all his old blue jeans. And so you can see we have like the pockets, and sort of even some of the blocks even have the tears. You can see. Yep, right there.
A little bit so you can see the
The Harley.
Yeah.
What kind of needle did you use?
Jeans 90.
Oh,
So
it'd be nice to be able to switch between needles.
yeah. So this, we did a cotton thread. So we did this blue Aurifil on the top and the bobbin. But yeah, and also we have a couple of the motorcycle patches here. But I'm looking at the camera. I'm hoping this is picking it up. But this is so cool, and sort of the detail and the different pockets. So look at this one down here with the button, Jake.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So that one, and I kind of had to turn the sewing off around it. So she's going to have to bury those threads or something, because obviously we didn't want to run over that. But every once in a while, you get something that's really, really cool. And this, I mean, the Bernina stitched through it. Let's see if we can show off a little bit of the back. Just flip her over, just like that. So we got a little bit of batting on here, but yeah, through all those layers of denim and the pockets. So, I mean, you have, how many layers is that? You got the backing, the batting, and then you got, 2 layers of denim. I mean, this thing didn't skip a stitch. It's incredible. It went through all of that. And yeah, this thing is like super heavy, as you can imagine.
Weighs a ton.
So I wanted to show that off. So we're excited. We had that done.
Yeah. There's a couple more over there. Little ones.
Did you bring some little ones?
Yeah.
What else do we have?
Right next.
Let's see
Says
what else.
show
we
on
have.
live.
Well, you showed off the one I wanted to talk about.
Wow,
here.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
You were gone.
Okay. What do we got here? Oh, yes. This is Mary Mueller, isn't it? Yes. So this lady is one of the first ladies that we, a local lady here that we delivered a sit-down Bernina long arm to, and I wanted to show this one off before we gave it back to her. This is an orange peel that we did, and this is so cool. Look at the density of that if you can. There you go. Very neat.
The back's sweet too.
So this was a cotton. So this is cotton top and bobbin. Just beautiful. Really dense. And the back is pieced.
Yeah.
So here, let's flip that around here. Okay. So we lined this up for her. And the tension on this just turned out really great.
Wow. That's like a reversible
Yeah,
quilt.
you almost can't
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great.
So
Whee! Yeah.
yeah, so we had some great stuff. We did this one. This one is a, more of our standard modern meander that we do so much. That is people really love, but we've done it so much, I swear,
You forget.
yeah, here, do you want to hold this one? Jake's full map. So here we go. There we go. Pretty cool. Just your basic modern meander. This is like probably what we do
80%.
a lot.
Yeah.
Not 80%, but we do it a lot. People
Yeah.
love this. I think this was on Urban Elements. If we can shout out the people who sell the digital design.
Yeah.
But yep. Cool. Cool. Let's fold this one up here. Here's this. Okay, what else we got? That's it? That's it for quilts?
Well, yeah, that's it for quilts. But I think we should maybe just
Oh, no.
talk about the
Oh,
magic. Talk about the magic. I got my wand. Sure. All right.
Very cool.
So I got my magic wand. So now I can play around with the magic
Well, Barb,
that is to be.
did you tell everybody yet?
No. I thought I'd have some surprises for you
Yeah.
to share.
So the pre-order has opened, and we had a few customers jump in line here. They're still pretty sparse on a lot of the details, except for these little
Yes.
teaser videos. But
Yes.
Barb will be getting herself a 990 here in this summer, so that's exciting. Congratulations.
Yes. I went through the process, made my down payment. I have my number.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I am officially in line.
Yep.
Yeah. And they're such a tease.
Yeah.
They keep telling us little bit. And it's like, well, I think it's going to be,
If you watch that video closely,
I think it's
it
just gonna
looks
be
like
amazing.
it does look like it's kind of closer to like the 790. If you look at the front of it, it
Yeah,
looks like it could
yeah.
be, but who knows? It's
We'll
just
see.
speculation. I think I might be right on that. Giant 990 with a bunch of bells and whistles. I think that's what we're hoping
So,
for.
I've
So,
got the magic.
jeez,
You pumped?
she's pumped. She's got to watch. Can I see this?
That is a giant replica of the stylus that we use to
What does Harry Potter say?
I don't remember.
Stupefy.
Stupefy.
All right. Here,
And now comes voila.
Oh, so to kind of balance this out, since we're talking a lot about a $23,000 sewing machine, I wanted to talk about opportunity. So we just yesterday, we had a couple of really sweet ladies trade in their 1530s for 570s. And we wanted to go ahead, and Jake still got to blow these out and clean them, but these things are in immaculate condition. And we wanted to show something that people can get into for, what are we going to do, $400?
$400.
So we have two of these. They're both in beautiful shape. As you can see, they come with a ton of accessories. So we got walking feet, all sorts of goodies. That come with these things. So if you are somebody who is a Bernina fan and you're looking for something that's a little bit more entry level friendly, this could be a great machine. So we don't get a lot of these at this price point. So if you're looking for a little travel machine, or if you're looking for a machine to let the the kids or grandkids or
younger
whatever,
people on,
yep. Or
or at your cabin.
Yep. So we just took these in yesterday. So Jake is going to do a little once over and make sure everything is good to go. But we wanted to promote these because I thought that this would be something that people would really want to jump on, because it's not too often you can get into something like
Bernina.
this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool machines. So what else do we have? That's it?
That's it.
Do we have any questions?
There was one about dark batting.
Oh, okay.
Do you ever use dark batting and dark color quilts?
Yeah. So we really
Yeah.
like that because, sometimes you get that bearding, is
Yeah,
what they
where-
call it, where you
where
get the little
the-
poofs of batting out the backside. So
Mhm.
if you're using like what is mom's design, the Moonlight Garden or Moon Garden,
Yeah.
where you have the
Living
dark
Life for Life, we've
yeah.
done black bag.
black batting is always good. But for some
Mhm.
reason, and I don't know, this is just full disclosure. Sometimes I've opened some of the black batting and it doesn't feel as nice as
Plastic.
it's like
Yeah.
it was made.
Because it's dyed.
I don't know what it is, but it's like you get like sometimes it feels like almost like a chunky piece of plastic or something,
Mhm.
like they ground up a garbage bag or something and mix. I'm serious. And
No,
I
I
mean,
know what you mean. I mean,
and these are
I've
good companies. We
felt
don't use
this, yeah.
we don't use any cheap stuff. We use
No,
top of the
no.
line batting, and I love the black. But sometimes I've opened it and I'm like, is it just me or is this
kind of icky.
feel? Is anybody else out there kind of have a similar experience with the black batting? Has anyone ever tried to see or tried that and saw something similar? Let us know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know
Yeah.
if it just was a bad batch or something.
No, I think because it's over dyed.
Okay.
It's dyed so dark.
Yeah.
that-
I mean,
I
it
don't
looks
know.
great.
Yeah, I mean,
It
don't know.
its stitch is fine.
Yeah.
But I just was
But
like, wait, is
it's
there
just-
something wrong with this stuff?
No.
Let's
Mhm.
see here. I had the same experience with black batting. Yeah. So I guess
Okay.
it's just not. Yeah, black does feel different.
not crazy.
We're not
All
crazy.
right. Well, on that issue,
Yeah, on that issue. I mean, Barb is crazy, but
I'm crazy. But I have the magic wand. Remember
how's
that.
your eye?
The eye is getting better.
Good.
Yes, it's bizarre.
Good. Somebody ask a question. I want to answer a question. Yeah, somebody. So it seems like there's a lot of similar experiences with that black batting.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
nobody's got anything?
We have prizes.
You don't got a lot of time. Ask your questions.
Before, when you were talking about the big book of embroidery,
Yes.
she meant, I think, to say, is there a big book on software?
I don't think I.
Oh.
Is there one?
Is there a book on software?
No.
Can you repeat the question?
Okay. The question was probably a little misinterpreted, but when we talk about embroidery versus embroidery software, all right, the Bernina software is exceptional. It is well built. It is based on Corel Draw. It is a top-notch embroidery design software and digitizing software. And unfortunately, we don't have a big book on that topic. And it is something that we dabble in, and we know that we want to be diving deeper into. Hopefully in the future we'll have enough
Yeah.
time to do
I've
that.
played around on that creator and
Yeah.
designer
Yeah.
V9 software, and it is awesome. I've done
It's
some
very
really
powerful.
I've
yeah.
done some really cool stuff, but honestly, I feel like there should be like a college course. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yep. Yep.
it seems like maybe I know that the Creative Center in Aurora, sort of Bernina's training center. I think
Mhm.
I've tried to get in one of those actually,
Yeah.
but I wanted to experience it a little bit on my own. So when I'm sitting in the class, I'm not like looking at the thing for the same time. But yeah,
like-
I've seen some really cool stuff. The auto digitizing, the what is it? The photo stitch.
Yeah.
Is really neat. I've done some
Yeah.
really cool stuff with that. But yeah, it is a robust program.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
extremely
Yeah.
robust program.
This is professional grade, but also in the same
Hi, Pam.
respect, it's you can use it for simple things. Like I use it for building pretty labels for my quilts. So you can take it down to that level, and you can take it up to digitizing whatever. Yeah. So
Okay, so we got a couple questions. Thank you, Teresa. Here, so let's see here. Wool batting. So yeah, I love quilting on wool batting. The one that we showed. What I like about wool batting, honestly, is the dimension it gives the quilting.
yes.
You know, it is nice. As far as is it cool in the summer? I don't know. I imagine it's probably pretty warm, but it's a natural fiber, so it's supposed to be, you know, like
breathable.
Yeah, it's supposed to be breathable. That being said, I bet the bamboo stuff would probably be a little bit lighter, which was the other question. I've used it, but only when somebody is provided it. I just did some actually, didn't we? Quilter's Dream, bamboo, and some of the other stuff. There's a ton of batting. I really like the wool stuff though, but mostly for the aesthetics of how it quilts. And I like layering, you know, like Linda Hershke does, like a layer of wool and then a layer of the cotton. And it actually really does some neat stuff here.
Yeah.
Good for anyone to attend. The classes look fast. Yeah, so I believe that they do have some stuff that's like open to customers as well. It's really great in Aurora. They're really amazing there. We've been there several times each, you know, kind of increasing our knowledge. And, you know, I mean, Jake, you've been doing the service now for what, 4 years, 5 years, setting up machines for way longer on the long arm side of things. But I mean, their training there is amazing. They'll get you up to speed. You know, it's not like you had a ton of experience, you know, doing that. I mean, and you went three times or something like that. Twice. Yeah.
It's
and then
a ton of information. I'd suggest if anybody wants to be a Bernina tech, they take it twice.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because
it's a lot.
I took it, and then I think it was 4 or 5 months before I even saw my first Bernina machine. You know, so I had a lot of questions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing too is if you're a technician, I mean, you got to learn the current product line, but also, I mean, the company's been making machines for like 100 years. And I mean, we have a lady who just dropped off what was it? A record? What was it?
1130.
No, it was a record 830.
Oh, the record 830.
Yeah. So that's that's from 1975, you know, and you know, it's you have to get on board with all the latest and greatest stuff. I bet they'll have some pretty cool stuff at BU this year for the 990. But you also need to help out a customer that brings in something, you know.
We're gonna have to go live from BU.
Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of fun stuff for BU. Any other questions? What do we got here?
There was one about dropping a quilt off. If you should call first.
Oh yeah, so you can always just drop it off, but if you want to talk to us, it's always good to give us a call, and that's how we prefer to do pretty much everything. If you're interested in trying out a machine or dropping off a quilt or whatever, it's always nice to call ahead and get on the schedule. So that way, like this morning, we had 2 ladies. That's why we were running a little late. We had 2 ladies that we were trying to take care of. We had a class and a lady purchasing a long arm. So if you just come in, sometimes it's crazy, you know, and I try to give everybody my undivided attention if they put their name on the schedule. So if you want to just drop it off, yeah, you can come anytime, and that's no big deal. But if you want to talk to somebody, if you want to bounce around some ideas, or if you want to look at some designs on the computer, it's always better to let us know so we can set aside some time and expect you.
Walk-ins are always welcome, though.
Yes, walk-ins are welcome. Yep. Crystal is in Illinois, Aurora, Illinois. You'd fly right into Chicago if you're not local. Let's see here.
I just acquired the Bernina 730. Let me get it.
Pam that's Pam too, though.
Let me get it, Pam.
Yeah. Pam's got a few Berninas.
Mhm.
Pam, do you want a 990? You know my number.
Yeah. Call now.
Listen, we can talk about that 790. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll help you out.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yes.
we could talk about that. So real quick, and I
Oh.
won't say who, but we may have very, very shortly a small number of Pam, LOL. We may have a small number of used 790 Pros that obviously can't be more than a year old. So if you are interested in getting on one of those, you might want to call us and give us your name so we can set one aside for you, because I think we are going to be able to get those kind of in that $8,000 range is what I would like to do, because we want to encourage people. If you are interested, we know that you just spent a lot of money, so we're going to be doing some good trade-ins. And for people who the 790 was just maybe a bit out of reach,
Yeah.
you can get your hands
Now it's-
on
yeah.
that laser and that rebalance hook. What do they do?
Yeah.
They rebalance the hook so
Yep.
it's a little bit quieter, a little bit smoother.
Mm-hmm.
Automatic needle threader, all those things we love about the 790 Pro. It might be a good time to give us a call, because those are used now. So
Yeah.
even if you're not local, we can help you out.
We
Okay.
also have one signed 790 Pro left.
Oh.
From Mr. Olchi.
Yeah, brand new in the box.
Brand new in the
Whee!
So
box.
if somebody out there
Who
can't
wants
live
a
without his
sign?
signature on one of those,
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to sign.
hit us up.
Cool. Cool. All right. Can I do the prizes now?
Yeah, go
Absolutely.
ahead.
All right. Well.
Wait, I got one more question.
Oh, wait a minute. One more question.
What do you got?
It's here. When should my 770 be professionally cleaned?
Every
Oh,
year.
Jenny.
At least.
Twice a year.
Okay.
What's the real answer?
What's the real answer?
The real answer is depends on how much you use
Yes.
it.
Yes.
If it's sitting in the closet, I mean.
Still, if it's sitting in the closet, you still want to clean it every year,
Mhm.
because the oil gets kind of goopy. That's my technical term. So yeah, you want to have it cleaned and serviced every year.
Got to protect your investment.
Yes.
Teresa, give me a call and I will work out a killer deal on an 880. I have a couple used ones. So,
Mhm.
He also has a question about silk. Do you have any experience quilting on silk?
no, I did do the weird sort of, what was it? Was it a rayon fabric? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Or what is it?
It was. Yeah, I think it was rayon.
It wasn't like, it felt like very silky.
It was. Yeah, it's the flowy type of fabric. Yes, that silk would be. So, not silk.
I haven't
directly.
quilted on it, Teresa. Good luck. You have the Bernina, I think I read. So, yeah, she is used daily. That's what I like to hear. That's perfect. By the way, our next Bernina social, Jenny, is going to be June 10th. So we hope to see you there, right? June 10th?
Right.
Yes.
June 10th. Yes.
Yeah.
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 There, be square.
Jenny's got a case. 770.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Prizes.
Prizes.
Well, Pamela Toolhill. Do we know that lady?
I know that lady.
All right, Pam. Contact Heidi.
Was this a fair drawing? Because that's who I would have picked.
Yeah. I mean, she handed me those sheets well before we talked. Okay. Darlene Whitfield is another winner. We're giving away thread this week.
Ooh.
And Deborah Miller. So get a hold of Heidi at primitivegatherings.us and we will send you some thread for your fun and entertainment. Okay, guys?
Yeah, I'm just seeing what Kaylee's doing here.
All right.
Preparing
Scrolling.
for the end.
Preparing for the end.
end.
Oh, is
Did
it
you do
the
something new?
is it the end?
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Ladies, probably ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen.
Yes.
Probably
Both.
not guys though.
Ladies.
You never know.
You never
Never
know.
Don't make those
We're
assumptions.
all
Yeah.
inclusive here.
Yeah.
But I haven't. Well, anyways.
Anyway.
listen,
Anyways, always remember to
To clean and oil your machine.